Philippians 4 Practice Questions. According to Philippians 4:1, stand how? Firm, thus in the Lord. Stand firm how? Thus in the Lord. I love and long for whom? My brothers. Who are my joy and crown? My brothers. According to Philippians 4:2, I entreat whom? Euodia, Syntyche. Two-part answer. I entreat whom to agree in the Lord? Euodia and Syntyche. I entreat Euodia and I entreat Syntyche to what? Agree in the Lord. According to Philippians 4:3, I ask you what? I ask you also, true companion, help these women who have labored side by side with me in the gospel. Help these women who have what? Labored side by side with me in the gospel together. Who have labored side by side with me in the gospel? These women. Three-part answer. Whose names are in the book of life? These women, Clement and the rest of my fellow workers. What are in the book of life? Names. I ask whom to help these women who have labored side by side with me in the gospel? You, true companion. I ask you also, true companion, to what? Help these women. Finish the verse. Rejoice in the Lord always. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Philippians 4:4. Again, I will say what? Rejoice. Rejoice in whom always? The Lord. Again, I will say what? Rejoice. Rejoice in the Lord when? Always. Let what be known to everyone? Your reasonableness. Let your reasonableness be known to whom? Everyone. Let your reasonableness be what? Known to everyone. Who is at hand? The Lord. Finish the verse. Do not be anxious about anything. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:6-7. According to Philippians 4:6, do not be what? Anxious about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Do not be anxious about what? Anything. Three-part answer. Let your requests be made known to God. How? By prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known to whom? God. Let what be made known to God? Your requests. What surpasses all understanding? The peace of God. The peace of God surpasses what? All understanding. Two-part answer. The peace of God will guard what? Your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. What will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus? The peace of God. Finish the verse. Finally, brothers, whatever is true. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Philippians 4:8. Multiple part answer. Think about what things? Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable. If there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise. Philippians 4:8. 4-part answer. Practice what things? What you have learned and received and heard and seen in me. The God of peace will be where? With you. I rejoiced in the Lord how? Greatly. I rejoiced in whom greatly? The Lord. I rejoiced in the Lord greatly that now at length you have what? Revived your concern for me. You have revived what? Your concern for me. You were indeed concerned for me, but you had no what? Opportunity. According to Philippians 4:11, I have learned what? I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. Not that I am speaking of what? Being in need. I have learned in whatever situation I am to what? Be content. I have learned in what to be content? In whatever situation I am. Not that I am speaking of being in need. Why? I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. According to Philippians 4:12, I have learned what? I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. 4-part answer. I have learned the secret of facing what? Plenty and hunger, abundance and need. 4-part answer. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing what? Plenty and hunger, abundance and need. 2-part answer. When have I learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need? In any and every circumstance. 2-part answer. I know how to what? How to be brought low and how to abound. Finish the verse. I can do all things. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through whom? Him who strengthens me. I can do what through him who strengthens me? All things. It was kind of you to share what? My trouble. Who knew that in the beginning of the gospel, no church entered into partnership with me in giving and receiving? You Philippians yourselves. You Philippians yourselves know what? That when I left Macedonia, no church entered into partnership with me in giving and receiving except you only. 2-part answer. No church entered into partnership with me in what except you only? Giving and receiving. When I left Macedonia, no church entered into partnership with me except whom? You, Philippians, only. Who entered into partnership with me in giving and receiving? No church except you, Philippians, only. According to Philippians 4:16, you sent what? Me help for my needs once and again. Even where you sent me help for my needs once and again? In Thessalonica. Even in Thessalonica, you sent me what? Help for my needs. 2-part answer. Even in Thessalonica, you sent me help for my needs when? Once and again. Not that I seek the gift, but I seek what? The fruit that increases to your credit. What increases to your credit? The fruit. The fruit that increases to what? Your credit. I seek the fruit that increases to what? Your credit. According to Philippians 4:18, you sent what? The gifts. I am well supplied, having received from Epaphroditus what? The gifts you sent. I am well supplied, having received from whom the gifts you sent? Epaphroditus. The gifts you sent are a sacrifice acceptable and pleasing to whom? God. What is acceptable and pleasing to God? A sacrifice. The gifts you sent are what? A fragrant offering, a sacrifice acceptable and pleasing to God. Finish the verse. And my God will supply every need of yours. And my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:19. Who will supply every need of yours? My God. My God will supply what? Every need of yours. My God will supply every need of yours. How? According to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. Two-part answer. To whom be glory forever and ever? Our God and Father. To our God and Father be what? Glory forever and ever. According to Philippians 4:21, who greet you? The brothers who are with me. According to Philippians 4:22, who greet you? All the saints greet you, especially those of Caesar's household.